Everybody loves you when you do everything they ask and tell you to do. Nobody loves you when you have boundaries. Remember, your boundaries aren't supposed to make people love you. They're there to help you gain a sense of self-respect and freedom to grow into the best version of yourself for you.
Things I want every young girl to know. Part 2. Number 1, advocate for yourself. I don't care if your voice is shaking. Stand for what you believe. Number 2, your standards will filter out the wrong people. And girl, that's a good thing. Number 3, celebrate your small wins. I was the kind of girl that did not celebrate my small wins. Heck, barely the big ones. But I had to realize everything big starts small. Be proud of the small things too. You're building something. Number 4, learn your worth early. I'm gonna say it one more time for my sisters. Learn your worth early and do not negotiate. This will save you a lot of time being wasted. And number 5, your dreams are valid and you can achieve them. No matter how big, no matter how unrealistic, no matter how different they are, you can achieve them. And always keep this mindset. Can I add in one more? It is okay to be a sweet girl in this world. Just don't be a naive one.
Ladies, take care of yourself so you don't start building resentment towards people, okay? And I say that with love because when you don't show up for you, it makes it easy to start looking at everyone else sideways. Stop waiting until you're on edge. Stop stretching yourself so thin. Stop waiting until you've completely lost your joy to do something for yourself. Go out and live your life. Take yourself on a solo date. Book yourself a massage, or better yet, book yourself a ticket for a weekend getaway at a spa. Live your life. Live your life now so you don't regret it later. Because if you don't, you won't see it, but your resentment is going to start affecting your relationships. You're going to start sounding grouchy. You're going to start projecting. You're going to start expecting people to give you the things you've been refusing to give yourself. Okay, and eventually you're going to start being resentful. And let me tell you, there is nothing more unattractive than being a resentful woman. Okay, love you.
I don't know who needs to hear this, but go get your nails done, go get your hair done, put makeup on before you leave the house, get out of those pajamas and put real clothes on also before you leave the house. Start taking care of the way that you look. The way that you treat your looks is a form of self-respect. Take care of your hair, take care of your nails, take care of your skin, take care of your gut, take care of your body, take care of your mental health, take care of your confidence, set boundaries for yourself. I don't know why having such low standards for ourselves has been so normalized. Get up and look the part, because if you actually want to change your life and you want a better life for yourself and you know you deserve more, it starts with the way that you treat yourself. It's not necessarily for the approval of other people. I don't want to hear that, but I don't care what other people think. Why do you care so much what other people think? It's about yourself. When your nails are always done, your hair is always done, you put some makeup on and you put some nice clothes on before you leave the house, you're taking care of yourself. It all comes back to confidence. You're missing out big on so many things in life and holding yourself back and closing yourself off to opportunities before they can even present themselves to you because you're choosing to not be confident in yourself. This is your sign to start caring about how you look and the way that you present yourself when you leave your house, because you could be blocking off opportunities for yourself that you would never know were there otherwise. Let's normalize high standards and taking care of ourselves again.
Your respect for yourself must be greater than your desire to feel loved. It has to be. Because wanting to feel chosen is human. Wanting connection is normal. But chasing it at the cost of your peace? No. If you have to beg for time, lower your standards, or accept half effort just to feel wanted, that's not it. You don't lose yourself just so someone stays. Real self-respect says, if you can't show up right, I'm okay walking away. And I know that's hard, especially when your heart is soft. But choosing yourself is not being mean. It's being grown. You don't need to be convinced. You don't need to be confused. And you don't need mixed signals. You need consistency. You need effort, and you need peace. And the moment you realize you'd rather be alone than disrespected, that's when everything changes.
I'm going to hold your hand real tight for this one, but over communicating is a form of begging. You have already explained to this person over and over again that you don't like when they do X, Y, and Z, yet they're still making the conscious choice to do X, Y, and Z. At this point, you should take it personally because we're not children anymore. We are making conscious choices to do certain actions. They simply do not care enough to make you feel comfortable, to make you feel happy. Move on.
An old mentor told me this, and he said, when you have self-respect, you start to command a different quality of life. And that's really what it comes down to, right? Self-respect isn't something you either have or don't. It's what you build through specific choices that add up over time. And I've seen this play out over and over. The quality of everything changes when you have self-respect, okay? Your relationships get better because you attract quality people. You grow in your career because you only accept positions that align with your worth. Even your day-to-day will feel different, to be honest. You know what you will and won't tolerate, so you're not wasting time and energy on situations that don't align. And the best part of it is other people respond to it. In fact, I think they're attracted to it. When you carry yourself with self-respect, people naturally adjust how they approach you. The bar raises across the board, okay? That's what commanding a different quality of life means. You've already decided what your standards are, and everything else falls in line with that. It's simple.
Real quick, I just have some big sister advice. You literally lose nothing walking away from someone who thinks that you are nothing worth losing. Y'all, sometimes walking away is the best thing you can literally do. And do it gracefully. Do it peacefully. Do it knowing that truly there's no one like you. And I think it's so important for us to realize it's not a cliche when I say there's no one like me. It's literally not. There's no one that will love like me. There's no... Walk away happily. That's all I gotta say. Walk away knowing that you are who you say you are, and that the opposite person missed out on their blessing, because anybody would be a fool to not do what they're supposed to do when it comes to you. I suggest
people are more comfortable with you when they think that you are just pretty. But the moment they realize that you are actually aware, you move with intent, you do not seek validation, and you cannot be controlled, their energy changes. And this has happened to me more times than what I could count, not just with men, but with women too. Because women who carry deep insecurities, they feel exposed just by your presence. And not because you did anything wrong, but because you represent a level of self-love and confidence that they walked away from a long time ago. They'll try to find any excuse to disqualify your beauty, even if it means befriending you, just to nitpick your flaws. And they'll convince themselves that, oh, you're just so done up, you're stuck up, you're privileged and lucky. Anything to help them believe that you are not as beautiful on the inside as you are on the outside. And men, the ones who know they cannot meet you mentally or emotionally, they'll try to humble you before you start to catch on to it. They need to make you smaller before you outgrow their reach. You're either worshipped or resented, wanted or rejected. And once you start to catch on to the patterns, you'll stop explaining yourself, and you're just going to start moving intentionally with who you allow into your life and who has access to you.
Repeat after me. We will not beg to sit at tables we weren't invited to. And honestly, sometimes the greatest act of self-respect is realizing you were never meant to shrink yourself just to fit somewhere uncomfortably. We do not chase people who ignore us. We do not keep proving our value to people committed to misunderstanding us. We do not abandon ourselves to gain acceptance from others. Because the older I get, the more I realize peace is expensive. Protecting your energy matters. Who you allow around you matters. Not every room deserves your presence. Not every friendship deserves unlimited access to you. And not every opportunity is aligned with who you're becoming. Instead of exhausting ourselves trying to belong everywhere, we build our own circle. One that is rooted in respect, reciprocity, kindness, and calm. The right people will never require you to betray yourself to sit at the table. Protect your energy, know your value, and remember your self-worth always.
Ladies, your self-respect always has to be stronger than your feelings, stronger than your desire to be valued and loved. I promise you that nothing that is meant for you is ever going to require you to lower your standards, compromise your integrity, your energy, your boundaries in order to receive it. Dating becomes so much easier once your self-worth stops being part of the negotiation.
More women should embrace being a difficult woman. If you are being called a difficult woman, congratulations. It's not that you are difficult, but usually women are being called difficult when they know who they are, when they are assertive, when they are confident, when they respect themselves. And being called difficult is often said to make you question yourself or to make you think that you are exaggerating, that you're asking for too much, that you're doing too much. You are not. You are not. Women who are difficult, they don't play small, they know what they deserve, and they're going to go after it. So it's definitely something that you should embrace. You are not difficult, you simply know who you are, and you're not afraid to be who you are. So there is no reason to shrink yourself. There is no reason to think there is something wrong with you. Matter of fact, stay difficult. Yeah. I am embracing being a difficult woman this year. I've been called difficult so many times, especially by family members, and it would always make me question myself if there was something wrong with me. Well, I simply knew who I was and I wasn't afraid to stand up for myself. But if you're being called difficult so many times, you're going to question yourself and you're going to shrink. This year, I'm on a journey to be myself unapologetically and to be a full embodiment of who I am. So I'm also going to embrace being a difficult woman.
You don't respect yourself. You don't. And you want to know how I know you don't respect yourself? Because you're constantly having issues with your friends as opposed to not being friends with them. You tolerate disrespect when you know that you deserve more. And I can say that you don't respect yourself because even in the face of proof that somebody is not a good partnership for you, a good relationship for you, you stay. Why? Because you don't think that you deserve better. You don't respect yourself. Because if you respected yourself, then you would stop being friends with the person who is constantly talking ill of you. If you respected yourself, you would eat better. You would treat yourself correctly because you respect yourself. If you determined that you were a person who was worthy of love and of praise, then you would stop hanging with the person who constantly makes you feel like you're a burden and that you're asking for too much, but you don't respect yourself. So you're going to stay in that cycle.
Your self-respect has to be stronger than your need to be wanted and chosen right now. When you actually respect yourself, when you love yourself, when you believe that you are worthy and deserving, then you're not going to accept low-effort bullshit from other people. It doesn't mean that you're not still going to meet these types of people. It doesn't mean that you're not still going to date people that are breadcrumbing you or emotionally unavailable. What it means is that you're going to recognize the signs quicker. What it means is that you validate your own fucking needs and emotions, that it's okay to say, this doesn't work for me, I need more. You're not scared to have real and adult conversations with this person because you know that self-abandoning is going to cost you too much and you will never have your needs satisfied. And like my mama always says, you gotta love yourself more than the need to be loved by other people, because when your self-respect is really strong, you'll demand the relationships that you actually deserve. And not just reliving the same fucking patterns you've always been living all of your life. Hoping that if you can become this person, or if you can self-abandon, or if you could just be the cool girl or guy, you're gonna get them to love you. It's gonna be foreign to your nervous system at first. But if you really respect yourself, stop fucking talking about it, stop saying it, and stop threatening people that you're gonna leave, and actually do it when somebody shows up in a way that doesn't align with the way that you wanna fucking be treated. Or deserve to be, for that matter.
Women who center themselves are honestly the best fucking women around. The best fucking women around, because there's nothing that gives me the ick more than you meeting a woman and then all she can say is, my boyfriend this, my boyfriend that, my husband this. Shut the fuck up. I do not give two shorts about Bumbleclot's name. Let's be so fucking for real. Like, I'm scrolling on TikTok having a laugh, tee hee here, ha ha there, and then some girl comes up and it's like, today my boyfriend. I don't care. Unless you're pranking him or you're stressing him out or you're spending all of his money, I don't care. When I was traveling, I met this girl, had no idea she was in a relationship. I think we'd been hanging out for about a month. And then all of a sudden I was like, hey, by the way, are you dating anyone? Are you single? And she's like, yeah, I've been in a 10-year relationship. The way that I applauded her in slow motion is like, girl, I've known you for a month and you've not brought up this man one time because you have your own life. You center yourself. You do everything that you want to do. You do things on your own. You do things with him. You meet new people. I was just like, damn, girl, respect on your name, respect on his name. And she was like, yeah, he sends me money. He takes care of me. We have a business together, all this stuff. And I was like, I had no fucking clue. I love this for you. That's the kind of man I want to see for my friends. The guys that support them from afar. Yeah, women who center themselves. The best. And they just make the best friends as well. They're people that you can rely on, you can count on. People you know that they stand up for themselves and they stand up for shit. It's just good vibes all around. So girlies, start centering yourselves more if you actually want to have really good female friendships. Unfortunately, there's a lot of pick-me's out there. I am a past pick-me. I think we're all brought up and raised to be pick-me's, unfortunately, so I'm not judging anyone. But the older you get and the longer you stay in that area and that mindset, I'm sorry, I do start to judge you. If you're in your 30s and you're still a pick-me, that's your own, that's all of your own decisions, babe. Because in your 20s, you're still figuring it out. I will forgive you. But if you're in your 30s and you're still in your pick-me era, I've nothing to say to you.
If you want to be part of my community, DM me on Instagram because it's closing soon and you do have to interview to be a part of it. You're slut shaming. Yes, I am fucking slut shaming because apparently it's become cool now to dress like a hoe, to have a whole Snapchat roster, and to put your entire worth and identity into what these boys think of you. Yes, I am making being a slut a bad thing. Just like growing up, my dad would always tell me and my 3 sisters, don't act stupid. I hate when girls act dumb. So then we never wanted to act dumb. So we did our best to become as smart as possible and appear like it. So yes, I am slut shaming. I don't want you to be a slut because you know what happens to girls who act like a slut? They're treated like that by guys. You treat people how to teach you, especially men. And if you're allowing them to do whatever, you're dressing however you want, you're attracting more attention, you aren't gonna live as good of a life. And I want to change that for you. I don't want you to live like that. It's not making you feel bad because you've fallen into this trap. But if no one's told you, how are you gonna know? So I am telling you because I don't want that for you. And the truth is, if you understood both sides of it, you wouldn't want that for yourself either. You are worth so much more than your body. And you don't understand that to you, you might think it feels good in the moment to get that attention and validation from these guys because you're not giving it to yourself. But to these guys, they don't give a fuck about who you are, your dreams, your goals, your aspirations, what you're passionate about, your family, like all the beautiful things that make you up as a person in your heart and your soul. They don't care when they're sleeping with you for a night. And that's fucking disgusting. And you don't deserve that. But you're treating yourself like that. You're allowing it. So yes, I am shaming treating yourself like shit. Yes, I am. Thank you. And I promise you, when you get that treatment for the first time and these guys want to spoil you, they want to bring you flowers, they want to take you on trips, they want to get to know you, ask you questions, hear how your day was and every single detail of it, you will look back and be like, ugh, how could I have ever treated myself like that? Like, I wish I didn't give my body away. I wish I respected myself more because that wasn't the treatment that I really wanted and I didn't deserve it. So I'm telling you, as your older sister, as whatever, your mentor, don't allow it. You deserve so much more and you have to be the one to set those standards and give that to yourself.
We have to go through this again. Ladies, if you have no self-respect, no man is going to respect you. Once a man knows that he can walk all over you, he will. I promise you, he will, baby. He will even do a fucking dance. I always tell you that you show people how to treat you by what you choose to tolerate and what you choose to put up with. I've been getting a lot of DMs about dating guys with money or being in a relationship with a man who has a substantial amount of money and he's taking care of you, but he doesn't respect you. So we are going to take the principle I just spoke of and we're going to apply it to this situation. First, you need to understand that the women who are dating men for money and who are doing it well, are exceptionally smart. They are always looking out for themselves. They always make sure that they leave that relationship with a gain, okay? They never are at a loss and they are never at the mercy of that man, regardless of his money. This is the first mistake that a lot of you girls make, honestly. Like you put that man above you and he knows it. He can smell it, baby. If the relationship is purely or starts out purely transactional, whatever that means to you, stop catching feelings for him and stop idolizing him and thinking that you can change him and you can be the one. Take it at face value, get your bag, and then move the fuck on. You need to understand that while yes, there will always be younger, prettier, hotter, fatter asses, bigger tits, all that shit, the same is also true about men. There will always be men with more money, okay? Get that through your brain. If you do not live by this motto, these men will literally chew you up and spit you the fuck out. So, if and when that man should try to disrespect you, control you, talk down to you, verbally abuse you, you show him that he's not about to fucking do that ever again, because men learn from actions, not from words. So you pull back and you deny access. That's what the fuck you do. A woman who is money hungry and reliant on a man for survival is a woman who has zero options because she did not play smart. In any of these situations, always make your own money. Always make sure that you can cover whatever costs you need to, pay whatever bills you need to, that you got your shit on lock, okay? Being able to stand on your own 2 feet is exceptionally important in these situations. The self-respect aspect comes into play in these situations when you know that you would rather go work at a deli than allow a man to talk to you a certain type of way just because he's paying your rent or paying for something or whatever the fucking case may be. You're not going to accept the name calling. You're not going to accept the tantrums. You're not going to accept the verbal abuse, anything, any type of bullshit. You're not going to go for it. It's not going to fucking happen. This comes from knowing that just because you're entertaining someone or because they are carrying most of the financial weight or whatever arrangement you are in, that you are still deserving and worthy of being spoken to and treated like a decent human being. If all of that money and all of those favors come with you having to put up with being spoken to a certain way or treated a certain way, you're out. A lot of people can't fathom this because you would literally sell your soul for $300 fucking dollars. A man must know, he must feel it in his core that in order to have any type of access to you, even if you're just fucking going to dinner, that respect must be served. And if that money does not come with respect, you're good. When you know your value, you do not bargain, you do not negotiate it, you do not settle. Because there are plenty of men out there with money that will treat you like a princess. Save this video for when you want to act dumb again.